Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. In the previous episode, our job went completely and horribly wrong and we ended up losing our dear friend Monica. Now, we need to find out who it was that sent us on that job and what the hell they were planning. Let's talk to some of the people within our base. Talia, did you get information on Green Winters? Not yet. Then please, continue working. We need to find that man. Yeah, that's all he's gonna say until you get back. But, here's the thing. This area and the area outside are going to be our hub stations, and I do highly recommend you go around and talk to everybody. Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars. A legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all this, there is an aura of power surrounding him, the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Talia, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. Why not? To Monica. Prost. The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. A taste of sweet corn and walnuts with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull on the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Talia. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? Monica told me that you moved here from Rhine-Ruhr Megaplex. Made it sound like you'd been there for a good many years. Successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. A member of my old crew betrayed me. Ain't that a pisser? I can handle all sorts of things, but betrayal always makes me see red. There were extenuating circumstances. If he didn't do what he did, his family would have paid the price. That's rough, but it's still on him, not you. He should have been more careful. What'd you do? What could I do? Fake my own death. It was the only way to save his family's lives. Wouldn't have been my choice, but good on you, I suppose. All the same, Talia, saints don't tend to last very long in this line of work. Trust me, I've watched enough of them bite to know it. To know. Okay, so you faked your own death, bailed on the rest of your team, and made your way here to Berlin. Am I getting it right? More or less. There wasn't much left for me in the Ruhrplex, and Monica made me a hell of an offer. Ah yes, Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. Why do you want to know? Monica was my friend. I cared about her. Dietrich shrugs. I don't know, I guess I just want to get to know her better. There were some areas of her life that have always been a mystery, and if you could shed any light on them, I'd be appreciative. Yeah, I can respect that. So, what was the deal between you two? Don't leave me in suspense. We were very close. That's so. Huh. Learn something new every day. Well, anyway, good on both of you. Dietrich raises his bottle to you in salute. She was a wonderful woman, and I hope that your time together was happy. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes the final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest onto the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Iger. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? You're wrong about me, Iger. I intend to prove that to you. Best of luck with that, Talia. Now please, leave me alone. Not just yet. There's something else I want to say. Alright, but make it quick. We need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this, Talia. One of these days, we're gonna hash this out. You can talk all you like about the clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends. But it won't be today. Fine. This conversation isn't over. It is for now, fearless leader. Do us both a favor. Take the hint and go away. Oh boy. Gloria is beautiful in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy. But there's something cold about you that cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Gloria is rocking a heavy load out of cyberware, from head to toe. She looks to be composed of more plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Gloria's cyberware is first generation. All of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Talia, can I help you? Hey Glory, how are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now, it doesn't. I have a question for you, Glory. Of the personal kind. I'm not big on sharing sport, personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. Well, if you ever want... No. Of course, we all have our secrets, but if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Yeah, that's gonna become important later on. And lastly, Dante. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps out around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept... He closes his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligent sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Scratch Dante behind the ears. Dante. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, Talia. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it. Then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, perhaps part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Altug, mein Freund. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters and we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now, I think we should all take a moment. For Monica. Word of advice, be very nice to Dante. Not gonna say why, but do it. Here we are, the Kreuzbasar. Like I said earlier, you're going to want to talk to everybody in between missions, and when I say everybody, I do mean everybody. I can't remember if every single person has something insightful to say, but I'm going to do it anyways. Going to make my rounds. Gotta do that, now that Monica's gone. First things first, we're actually going to head straight for Altug. Because he's actually going to give us a task that will require we walk around anyway, so may as well kill two birds with one stone. One thing I really don't like about, well, not horribly, but that I don't like is that even though you walk around here, you light it all up, every time you come back from a mission, it'll still have this huge that fog of war around it. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but whatever. Dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling in the glare from the dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. Well, good luck getting that out of me, which is kind of ironic. Welcome to the Data Haven. Oh, that's Irish. Can I help you with something? I need some tech, and I'm on a tight schedule. I'm in the market for something exotic. What kinds of tech do you carry? I don't know. This is basically where you go for all of your decker and rigger stuff. Cyber decks for your deckers, drones for your riggers, consumables and programs for, well, your deckers and riggers. We're not ever going to really need any of this stuff. You can also get outfits and armor, which I do recommend. But yeah. And for those of you who are wondering, no, you do not need to buy new equipment for your party members. They will, over the course of the game, upgrade and gain new stuff themselves, depending on the choices that you make. We don't actually have the ability to mess with that right now, but we will eventually. Anyways, let's head for the cafe. Cafe Zev, says V. Says V? However the hell it's pronounced. Look, I am going to butcher stuff like this. Jan Goldschmidt, eh? Hello, my friend. The voice comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner. A deep, booming roar, dripping with an unrestrained mirth. Fine day for soy cap, yes? Well, every day's a fine day. From the back of the store, a voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I'd tolerate him, only because he takes his soy calf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently, he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altug, mein Freund, you are as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't mind. Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with attacks. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Schmidt do for you? Why do you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear Altug, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldschmidt raises his soy calf cup in salute, and thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I have been your customer. Yes, Altug? 2 years of soy calf and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altug makes money. An ideal business relationship. Yeah, that all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Goldschmidt gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. You know, the portrait and the character model doesn't seem to really reflect that. The special today is caramel soy cap. That actually sounds pretty nice. The man behind the counter looks right past you at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish, and perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers, his accent becomes less exaggerated, his eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I am always happy to provide. Yes, he tells me you're developing the menu for a friend of his now. Herr Winters? I want to hear all about it. Yes, of course, oh wise one. Kami, come! The young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Barak Ghazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, then hurries back into the room that she came from. My girl Kami is always arranging to make contacts with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you, I am embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative of your help. What is this trifle? Altug lowers his voice to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network, as part of my civic duty, you understand. And these taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the Kreuzbasar. In order to maintain their, their anonymity, each tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tap and reset it. That's it. No catch? There is no catch, I assure you. It is time-consuming and a bit tedious, nothing more. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around the neighborhood, and the first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time you return, I shall have the information Herr Amsel requested. Okay then. Well, may as well get a move on. This is what I was talking about. You know, you gotta go around this area and take care of all this, so seeing as how I'm having to go around the entire area, I may as well, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The attack protocol buffer is now reset. Alright, we got David over here. Let's talk to him. A pair of round eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Kreuzbasar's street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, hoy, Talia, have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, kid. The kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? I'm sorry, kid. We all are. Yeah, look, I think I want to be alone right now. No sense in lying to the kid, he'll find out eventually. The Telus Munger's shop. This is basically where you're going to go for all your magical needs. Again, like I said earlier, you won't need to worry about buying stuff for your companions unless you absolutely want to. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green. As she looks up at you, you can see that her irises are flecked with iridescent gold. Hello, and welcome to Algernon's. Perhaps I can help you with something? Now then, there are 2 willpower options here. One is if you look deeper into her eyes. You can only do one, but either will grant you 1 karma. Unfortunately, I do not have the willpower for it, so I'm going to have to miss out on that. As she smiles up at you, her eyes fixed on yours, a curious feeling of weightlessness fills your chest. It feels as though you're floating in a warm, calm sea. A gentle current pulls you closer to Absinthe, and the sensation is pleasant. As you drift, the golden specks in her eyes begin to move. Look deeper into her eyes. This is the other willpower check, but again, I can't do anything about it. The golden specks in the elf's eyes shift and swirl, slowly picking up speed. It's mesmerizing. All at once, the specks explode into light and color. Absinthe's eyes now fill your field of vision. It feels as if you're drowning in an alien sea. The patterns traced by the shimmering specks in her eyes are kaleidoscopic, enchanting, and nearly impossible to turn away from. Lose yourself. You are lost. Your entire world has been reduced to a churning vortex of green and gold. Dimly, you become aware that something is happening. You feel your body being buffeted by unseen forces, and suddenly, everything goes black. Don't worry, we're not dead. Slowly and painfully, you struggle your way back to consciousness. The shop's owner, Algernon, is peering down at you, an expression of concern on his face. Absinthe stands beside him, her expression one of embarrassment. Welcome back, friend. Algernon extends a hand to help you to your feet. Absinthe shifts slightly to allow you to stand. What? What was that? What happened? My fault and my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional, yes, but there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. No harm done. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go stand in the corner for a while. Greetings, young elf. The elf's voice is smooth as silk, rich as clotted cream. Don't think I can pull that off. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I am Algernon Halfdream, the owner of this establishment. In my shop, you will find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Now tell me, how may I serve you? I have a question for you, if you don't mind. You're in luck. I have a great many answers. What kind of magic do you practice? Shamanic? Hermetic? Personally, the true kind. But I sell goods tailored to all traditions in my shop. We do not discriminate. Now, is there anything else you need to know? What's your story? Have you been in the Kreuzbasar long? I have many stories. Stories of dancing spirits and raging dragons, of unchecked magic and swarming chaos. All of these stories are true. As for the Kreuzbasar, I have always been here. quietly peddling my wares. It is a simple life, but a good one. What's the deal with your assistant? There's something funny about her eyes. Absinthe is a friend, nothing more. She helps out around the shop when fancy strikes her. She is nobody's assistant, and I am no one's master. But her eyes? I believe they suit her personality. Okay. Let's just go. I don't think she's got anything else. Please excuse me, I have work to do. Yeah, she's not going to say anything else, so let's move on. Let's see, heading around this way, we've got Dancer's Bag where you can toss some new yen in, a place where you can go down to the Ubon platform, but nothing else really. I personally don't find much of a point in tossing the new yen in there. It's a bit of a waste, if you ask me. The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant. His breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco. Tavern Boxtel, Elf. You're here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you to Metbach Arms and Ammunitions. If not, keep right on walking. I was actually hoping to ask you a few questions. You make a purchase, you can ask as many questions as you like. The corner of his mouth twitches upward. Make a big enough purchase, and who knows, I might even answer a few. So what'll it be? Will you buy some guns, or will you be on your merry way? Well, let's see what we can get. Can't use any of that. There's SmartLink weapons, which I believe provide more accuracy, among other things, but they need a data jack, which we don't have. Plus, these are pistols. I need assault rifles. That's an SMG, that's an SMG, that's a shotgun. Shotgun. That's well out of my price range, besides it's a sniper rifle. This is a rifle. Shoot. I believe we have the AK-97. Yeah, honestly, I don't think the Semopal is going to be much of an upgrade. They both have the same range. 6 extra bullets and 1 extra damage I don't think is really going to be worth it. But I think in that case, I'm going to take the armor. Let's see, the extra armor I'll get off of this, which I believe what I have is only 1 armor. Plus, it's a nice change in look. And then it's going to fade away, take care of that, yada yada. Yeah. Very well, Gaji, but if you come around again, you come with money and you come to buy, understand? Now move along. And fair enough. This right here is a guy we can't talk to, but I believe he's somebody we can talk to later on. You're looking for some magic, mein Freund? Ah, Zack Flash. Yeah, this elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated, as though it has been stretched too tightly over his frame. Track marks line the crooks of his arms, and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Despite all this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf fixes his twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Guten Tag, mein Freund. You here for some magic? Because Zack Flash, he gestures at himself with a dramatic flourish, is your man. Magic? You a street mage? Street mage? Me? Do I look like a street mage to you? He shakes his head, but his smile doesn't waver. He fishes a small bag of pills out of his back pocket and dangles it in front of your eyes. No, chummer, I'm not a street mage. I've got some magic in my blood and the magic in these bags, but you won't catch old Zack studying spell books. Interesting. Let's talk about something else. Well, alright, friend. What else would you like to talk about? Would you like to make a purchase? What's up with the bandages on your hands? Zack sorts out a short burst of laughter. He waggles his bandaged hands in front of you. Oh, these? Nothing much, chummer. Nothing much. Tussle with a spirit back in Amsterdam. You know, we elves are very spiritual people. This is a check that can only be done if you are an elf. Oh, come off it. Elves are not, on the whole, any more or less magical than anyone else. I'm in a position to know. Oh, come on. Stop denying yourself. Embrace the power inside you. You've got the mojo, just like me. Accept it. Flash lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Between you and me, my mojo is stronger than any wage mages. Those rat-scum bastards at Az Technology, they cast spells all day and all night, right? Fire this and lightning that. That's just tossing them around like candy. Yeah, right. Well, me, I'm just doing my thing, not casting spells. I'm storing up my energy. Saving it. Can you imagine how much magic I have? I don't think that's how it works, Zack. Trust me, friend, I have secret knowledge. He turns his head from side to side and gives you a look at his upturned ears. Like I said, it's in the blood. If you have a biotech of 3, even though the guide itself says 4, it's actually 3, you can examine Zack's ears, which will reveal that he isn't 100% elf. They're actually fake ears. He'll get you 50 new yen and a dose of Flash. But we don't have it, so yeah. Fascinating. Well, I've got to run. Take care, Zack. Zack offers you a broad, exaggerated wave. Later on, there, chum of mine. This is basically the merchant you go to when you need to buy enhancement drugs. Basically, stuff that can give you bonuses in battle. I generally don't use it myself. Now, here we are at a triage center. Triage Cyber Clinic. This is where you go when you need to buy healing items and cyberware. I might consider getting a data jack so I could get some of those smart weapons, but not right now. As you approach the elf, you notice that he is in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly and his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. The glossy plastic shell of high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. Listen in. Doing your best to look interested, you lean in slightly and strain your ears. You find that you can make out the doctor's end of the conversation. No, the price I'm quoting you is more than fair. Well below market value. In fact, if you can't pay it, that's your problem. Yes, I know that the price has gone up. This is a seller's market. Well, then you'll just have to find the money or go without. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have a patient. He presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you, $1 million smile on his face. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. I am Dr. Xavier Eskel, and your name is? Talia. A pleasure. Pleased to meet you, Talia. What can I do for you today? I need medical supplies. Yeah, let's see, Bumono trauma kits, basic med kits. I should note that as you progress through the game, merchants' wares will increase in value. So you're not just stuck with basic stuff. Now, here is cyberware. With the proper cash, you can buy all sorts of things that increase your abilities. Give you extra HP and quickness, plus 3% to hit, dermal plating, all sorts of things. But you must keep in mind, everything that you get costs essence as well as new yen. Essence is basically... Well, I'm not 100% sure because I never played the tabletop game, but from what I can tell, essence is like how much of your natural self is left, I think. Either way, if you don't have the essence to equip some of these things, you're not going to be able to, have them installed. So bear that in mind. If I recall correctly, essence is also very important to spellcasters. But again, that's not something I typically play, so I wouldn't know. Ah, Simmi. This girl is somewhat important. Someone we need to talk to. Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is a waif of a girl who looks far too worn for her years. The Mother Superior. She says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. 7 what? What do you have to care for? The captain's children. The Mother Superior says there are 7. She says I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chip jack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. My guess is it's basically just some chip that takes you to some virtual world that's different, and like anything that's drug-like, she's addicted to it. This story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is very well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife, and the children their mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Have you seen the captain? Look, do you know Monica? Monica? Is she one of the sisters at the Abbey? No, wait. Monica. A flicker of recognition fights through the haze in the young woman's eyes. Yes, Monica. She's good to me. Brings me food to eat and tea to drink. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she seems to glean meaning from your tone. She died while working a job. Yeah. Girl grips her head with claw-like hands, tugging at her hair as if she might pull her brain out through her skull. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. Girl's frail body shudders and her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Instead, she smiles a sad smile which looks to have been worn all too often. She will go to heaven, she told me. It is a place where good people, stillborn babies, and childhood pets. She was a good person. The girl then begins to mumble to herself while fingering the hair that covers the jack in her head. I'm gonna step away now. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children. Okay, there is going to be a very important conversation we have with her that determines some things. Statue, huh? Bizarre monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands. Its outstretched wings loom over the small park, but the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold, Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen. Hello there. Herbert Kunzel, creator of this monument. Actually, I just realized we were out of time, so it's probably going to have to wait for another time, even though this probably isn't all that important. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to have to end it off here for today. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, or to hit the straw poll link to vote for our next Let's Play, which is currently at 3 votes. 1 for Prey 2017, 1 for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, 1 for Dragon Age Origins Awakening, and 0 for, funnily enough, Yakuza 0. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.